everyone, this is Anna from Koala Soap, and today I'm going to make an embed soap using this mold that I got from Michael's. They're also available on Amazon. I will leave the link below, and then we're going to use our 4-cavity different shape mold. For the first part of this, we are going to be using some clear melt and pour. We're going to have it colored with Gold Rush and scented with energy. So we're going to go ahead and melt this down and get started. Okay, so we have this melted down. It is at 162, which is a good temp. That's fine for doing our mica. It is too early for our scent. I like this, my melt and pour, to be down at about the 150s. So we're going to go ahead, mix that in. Okay, so now we're at 137. So we can go ahead and mix our energy in. And I'm only going to be using about 1.5 mLs or cc's. I haven't decided on the other colors yet, so that's why I'm only doing this color for now. So then what we're going to do, and this is the best way I have found to do it, is we're just going to pour. It's important that you fill these completely, and that's why these funnel cups are so important for little projects like this, because it's a more precise pour. I think that'll be good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll put this in our pink mold and set it aside for now. We're going to let these set and we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. And so for the next part, these soaps are already going to be going to my mom, who really wants them. So what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to unmold them and put them into a separate container. Okay, and then this is a good time to kind of see in this mold, you know, how many can I put. Like I can maybe do so I have enough for 2 of them. Okay, and I think I'm actually going to use this one. I like that shape look well. Oh, I can put a few more in here. Okay, so we're good. So that basically tells us what we need to know there. So we don't need to make any more light bulb of the Gold Rush. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a knife and we are going to carefully just cut the end off like so, and we're going to put it right back in there, and it should fit in there. Some may fit more better than others. And then let's put those aside because we can actually remelt those. So we're gonna and if you find an outlier that isn't fitting so well, like this one's not going, oh, you know why? Because I was not putting it in right. So that's what we're gonna do, is we're just gonna cut all these and place them back in the mold. Okay, so I'm planning on doing a dark green background on these soaps, and so when I'm going to be using a dark green glycerin, I want to use more of an opaque soap to make it stand out more. The thing is, I really need these to stand out, so I think I'm going to use a combination of some neon colors because I think that'll make it stand out a little bit more from the green. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those, and we'll get everything mixed up, and we'll get our shea butter melt and pour ready. Okay, so I have a little bit of shea butter here. I think I'm going to be splitting it off into 3 colors, and we'll just kind of divide it between these because I have a green background with hopefully some glitter if I remember. So since these are Christmas lights and it's an opaque soap, I really kind of need it to be bright, I'm hoping. So I'm going to be using the neons from Stardust Micas, a pink, a blue, and an orange. I'm going to go ahead and melt this down, and then we're going to split it. They're going to be small into 3 cups for pouring. Okay, we have it melted down. We're at 160, so I don't generally like to add any fragrance until it's at about 150, 155, or a little bit lower. So here's our funnel cups for pouring here. We'll go ahead and start mixing our mica. Have that ready to go. And you can always add more or less mica if you want your colors to be lighter or darker. The alcohol will go ahead and evaporate off, so you will not have to worry about that. Here's our blue. I'm going to put this one off to the side so I don't drop it. That's going to be for green later. We'll do pink. Make sure they're mixed well. And let's see, we already have a little skin going on. Let's see what we're at. Safe to add our fragrance. Here I'm going to do 2 mLs. We can't add anything to the clear because it'll make it foggy. And this particular energy fragrance had a little bit of yellow in it, if you didn't see that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to split this off into, try to make it as equal as possible, but that doesn't always work out. Okay. So the first one we will do will be our blue. And I'm going to go ahead and squirt these with alcohol now. And you want to try to get on the inside of the little light bulb opening there. And actually the blue looks a little light to me. And there's skin in there. I can see, you can see it's clumping. I'm going to reheat that and add more blue. So let's see how the orange does. I may need to reheat this because there's not a lot of shea butter in there, so it's probably just setting up on me already, and that's okay. We can fix that. We know how to fix that. I think the orange for the most part will be okay. We have a little bit of skin in there, but let's go ahead and pour. Well, hopefully that'll get hidden. And remember, you're pouring at 135 or less. The fact that I put alcohol in here, I'll do maybe 1 or 2 more, cools it considerably. Because you just don't want it to melt that little gold piece there. Okay. Now this one has a good skin on it. We're going to do a pink. Let's do the pink. I think the pink's pretty good. You can see there's some clumps in there from skin that's formed, but I think I can work around it. Whoops! I can work around it, so 127. That was my reminder to not forget to use the alcohol. And you want to try to be as precise as possible on these pours because you don't want it to go over into another bulb that's a different color. It would probably look really pretty, but you want to try to keep it all I guess we'll do one more and then we're going to do the blue. So I probably could have done the blue. Actually, I think I'm going to just do the blue. So I think what I do want to do though is I want to add a little bit more to it, which of course will make it set up faster because it'll cool it down even more. I just want it to be a little darker. That's probably going to be too dark, but we'll make it work. And again, you can just go ahead and put this in the microwave and have it set up a little bit before you pour. Just make sure you don't pour it over 135. And I'm thinking this is probably in the 120s. Oh yeah, it's 103. So I'm going to try and pour without getting too much skin in there. And that's why we do test soaps. It's already setting up. It's really setting up. We're going to have to remelt. Let me see if I can get this last little, no, it's set up. So we're going to go ahead and remelt it and then we'll pour it. Okay, it is remelted. It is at 135. Because we already have a little bit in here, I'm going to take a skewer and I'm going to make hatch marks. And it's still soft, so actually what I'm going to do is make sure I can pat it down a little bit while we're there. I'm going to squirt it with alcohol, actually all of them. We're going to pour this one slowly so that I can hopefully get it to adhere. Oops. That's what I didn't want to do, but that's okay. No one's really going to see it because it's going to be on the bottom side. What we can do is if you just don't want this to run into another one, you can always kind of get it off with your spatula. And because you've squirted your alcohol, it actually might pool. And that's okay, it's going to evaporate, so don't worry. Okay. Just get it off there. And again, it's okay if it covers some of the back. It's okay because you're going to be turning it, people aren't going to see that part. So we have these left over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go pour them in a pink mold before they set so I can use them again. I already have some ideas. This one's set, but that's fine. We'll reform it and put it in a mold. Okay, we're back and these are cooled off. So what we're going to do, there's our embeds. And we're going to actually let them sit. Oh, this one got a little bit of, we'll see if we can fix it. If not, we just won't use it. Orange came out nice and bright. Actually, what we could do on those is we could put those on the back. And that's because I didn't put the embeds down all the way, I think is what happened. And that's okay. So we'll put the other ones on front and those on the back. And you want to be careful so that they don't break off. I wasn't able to put a hatch mark on there, but they could fall, so be very careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the ones that actually have the nice little gold plug thing from the ones that the soap covered. So when you do this, make sure you push them down. I obviously didn't do that, so I got a little piece of soap there. But the idea is there, and the basic gist is there, so I'm happy. What we could do, we're going to try an experiment because we have quite a few of these that it happened to. We're going to separate the ones that might need a little bit of fixing. I think it might be about half of them. And we are going to see if we can't fix them up a little bit. We'll be back. Okay, so what I've done to fix these is I've actually just scraped the blue off. It comes right off, so it would be hard for you to do with gloves on. And so that's what we're going to do. That one's okay, these are okay. Here's a pink one. So I'm just gonna get that a little bit off of there. We're getting them off. The other thing I was gonna do is actually paint them. I don't have to. And the rest of these, except for this one, we're just gonna, it peels right off. Yay! Works. Okay, now we're gonna get the second part going here. This is one that actually got a little bit of blue in there, but that's okay because this is what people are gonna see anyway, this side. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna clean up the spot real quick and then we're gonna start on phase 2. Okay, I have the Crafter's Choice clear melt and pour, crystal clear melt and pour. I can't remember the exact name of it, but the link's below. And I'm going to warm this very slowly because I don't want to scorch it. We're not going to add any fragrance or anything to this part. These are nice and cool, and we've already cleaned them up. What we're going to do next is warm this very slowly and start our layers. Okay, we are melted down, and I did it very slowly. There was even a clump in there, but I just kind of kept stirring it to stir it out because I really don't want to mess with this at all. So this is now at 135. We're at a good spot to pour. And I think we decided we were going to do these two. Make sure you clean this out. Absolutely make sure that there's nothing, no debris or anything there. And we're going to pour a little thin first layer here. We'll squirt it with alcohol, but then we're going to squirt these with alcohol really well. Again, don't worry, it will evaporate. I'm going to place them in there. Now I have the ones, definitely the ones I want to put in the back. Okay, new issue. Because they're round, they like to roll over. So you're going to have to watch these and make sure that they don't flip over on the side. It might ruin your design a little bit. Okay, so we'll do some unmolding. We'll clean some of this off to the side. There you go. Very cute. Okay, everybody, I hope you like this video. Links to everything I use are down in the description below, and I hope you have a really happy holiday.